Good morning all, Ed here on Thursday, the 23rd of April, doing the Bitcoin update, the daily update. A bit early. Well, I was awake very early and already did all the updates for our group. So yeah, time to look at Bitcoin. It's right now it's moving, so quite interesting. But first, let's take a look at what I showed you yesterday and what happened. Yesterday, I talked about this bearish flag with a possible move towards this red box. Everybody expecting downside. Yeah, I've seen reactions like this is the easiest short ever. I never are that. I never talk about such certainties. I'm always a bit more cautious. Been long enough around to know that anything can happen. And that's also what I warned for yesterday. I said I wouldn't be surprised that if we get above this level, 6.9 and 7,000 more or less, this range high, that we do see more upside. I also showed the S&P 500 chart and my reasoning for why I think we could see more upside instead of what is everybody thinking, more downside. So what happened yesterday? We reached that red box, but this is nice to see. We did have here some nice consolidation just below that range high, and then we shot up. I was following this during the day, but didn't go long over here because, yeah, it was, if technically everybody was expecting more downside, and here I did see a corrective move. But once I saw this impulsive move, it caught my attention. And that is also when it convinced me that we should see more upside. And I even posted a trade setup in our group. This one, this was the impulsive move. This was where the red box was. We did crawl up a bit more yesterday evening. Then we started the correction, and I said, if we continue down, try to get in pretty close to that range and the previous range high for a move higher. During the night, Bitcoin topped out a bit more, but I will show you in another chart that it was a very similar pattern as last week, and I was expecting a pullback. Pullback is right now happening, and we will talk about whether to get in here or not. The bigger picture, yeah, still this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 is going to end here. As it looks now, I go for this scenario for now, and then we should have here 1, 2, and we are now in the third leg to the upside. And you see here, this is the correction ended here at 4. Then we do have one impulsive move up, a correction, past days. Then we here was the bear flag from yesterday, and now starting to move higher again. If we look at the lower time frame, and look, this is the pattern I saw, and what was a good indication that we should see a correction coming. Look at this and look at this. Yeah, you have an impulsive move, and then still going up. And many people think, oh, that's good, we're still going up. But this is for me always a sign that that we should see a correction coming. And you can also look at the MACD and the RSI, and you can see here bearish divergence. It's going up, but RSI and MACD are going down, meaning this move up is losing momentum. It's getting weaker. Same happened here. You see, yesterday evening we topped here, then a bit back, where I said, if we can go lower, then we should look for a long. But then moved higher again and made a new high. But you look here at the RSI, and MACD is not that clear on the 1 hour, but on the RSI you can very good see that the new high in price came with a lower high in RSI, meaning a warning for, or an indication, it's an indicator, warning for upcoming correction. If we go to the 50-minute chart, you can see that we probably already finished that correction, and that would be the finish, the completion of the third leg, of the fourth leg. Third leg we finished overnight, in the morning, early in the morning, and now we are correcting this this third leg. Could be finished here. It does have an ABC with equal legs, and if you use Fibonacci extensions, the target for fifth leg is often between the 1.27 and 1.618 on Fibonacci. That would give us a target around 7,250 more or less. Let's keep that in mind. So based on this, I would say there is a chance that we only go this high and then start correcting this move. That you see this correction and then up again. So I'm a bit hesitant to scalp here. And when I check my other chart, go to the hourly, we see here the same. That resistance here, this is my resistance, is at the same level as what I said before, 7,250 more or less. So it could be very well that we make that fifth leg towards here, maybe even peak above, and even a stop hunt above this level, and then back down and make that correction. So another reason to be careful, cautious with going long here. Another thing is, look, we are in the middle of this range, this zone. So when I would take a long here and go in here, or even a bit lower, yeah, well, price is now here. I think my stop loss should still be around 6,900. And first resistance is already at 7,250 here, more or less. So that's not a very attractive trade. Of course, you can have luck and that it suddenly starts pumping, but yeah, you cannot chart it, and that is just hoping for some luck. You can also go to the casino for that, but normally I would say either here or here, and then we do get a correction, or we have to wait if it shoots up and make this move. But this move looks more likely to me. If we do get now today this move, this correction is a bit bigger, then I would be interested to long, because then I can try to get in here on a bounce, on a retest of that level. I would prefer, would be much better in my opinion, to see a retest of this level. And if I see a bounce coming, then I want to get in. I do have a much smaller stop loss, at my risk reward suddenly shoots up to 2.6 more or less. And if you do get this trade followed by a correction, you have much more buffer to get out, either closing here for a profit, or if you are more a long-term trader, you have this buffer before price reaches your entry. And if you do have an entry over here, it's you are much closer, much faster stopped out if you have your stop loss at entry, or you have more risk of being in a losing trade. So in my opinion, best opportunity is if we get this move. I hope for it. I don't know. If we do get this bigger correction, then I would look for a long. Otherwise, I'll wait what happens here. Do we get this correction? Then I look for a long. If we suddenly have the crypto madness and do see this, then we have to reassess here. But for now, yeah, hoping for a bit more down, and then hopefully getting in a nice trade for today. I always check the order books. Look, 7,300 more or less. There is quite some sell walls. There is a little bit of this is Binance. BitMEX didn't say anything. Didn't show anything. There is a little bit of buy support. And quite some sell here already at 7,000, let's say 7,300. What did I say here? Well, that is your resistance more or less. Let me check BitMEX. Where is it? Yeah, Bitcoin is empty. BitMEX, you see, there's nothing to be seen here on the 1 hour, and a little bit of sell pressure around 7,300. So it's not saying a lot. And that's, by the way, what we see many times in the past days. But yeah, to summarize, hoping for a bit more down to get a better entry. Otherwise, I will pass and wait for what happens around 7,250. This was my confirmation that we do get more upside. Now it's a matter of getting in again. Didn't do it here because at that time everybody and me was waiting to see what happens when we reach that red box, either continuation down. But this move is telling me that we should see more upside. If I do see some interesting stuff happening over the day, I will update on my Twitter account, which you can find in the description. Please follow, give a like, smash the like button, and anything else you can do. Thanks for that. Have a nice day, guys, and trade safe. Bye-bye.